Hey guys, my name is Christy and this is I saw on the Cozy Christmas Cottage, I believe, and I will link her channel down below. But I love this idea. It was so cute. It involved using a pool noodle, and all you do is you cut off multiple lengths, about 5 or 6 different pieces, and paint the top of the pool noodle with, I used white chalk paint and it seemed to cover pretty good. I didn't want any of that green to show through. So I only need to cover the top because I'm going to be covering the side with this paper that I found at, I believe it was Hobby Lobby, and I will try to find that and link it below as well. But all I did was I marked it off at the right length, and then I used my paper cutter to cut a straight line. That way I could use this piece for 2 different sections of the pool noodle. That didn't work in every case, but in this one I did not waste any. One tip is make sure your paper design is facing the correct direction. I didn't screw it up, but I thought halfway through I was so lucky because I didn't, because I easily could have, because I paid no attention. So all I need to do here is hot glue this paper to the pool noodle, first to tack it on, and then second do another strip on the end to close it off. And then I used part of a Christmas tree that I am repurposing, and I just snip off some branches, and I had spray painted them, dusted them white to give them the flocked look, and then put those around in different spots, and then use some of this holly leaves that I found at Dollar Tree and just threw pine cones in and just any little decorations you choose. And then all you need is some tea lights to set on the top. If you want to carve out a little bit where they can sit down in, that's up to you. I just have mine sitting on top and I absolutely love it. So I hope you guys like this DIY, and like I said, I will link the Cozy Christmas Cottage below so you can go check out hers. I think I did pretty good on recreating. Give me a thumbs up if you like it, or let me know in the comments below how you would have done this different. For DIY number 2, I am going to give a makeover to this Dollar General Santa Claus hat. And first things first, I have to remove all the embellishments. Looking back, I would have actually left the pom-pom on the top because it was harder to get off than it was really worth. The snowflake is actually attached, so I did cut that off just so it would be easier to paint around. And with the pom-pom, you could just tape it back. But like, I was heating up the glue to peel it off, and they had that on there good. So I used my heat gun and warmed up the glue and then scraped it off. That way I would have a fresh canvas to work with. Once I have it all cleaned off, I'm going to come in and give it a coat of paint with the Waverly plaster chalk paint. And it doesn't have to be a crazy thick coat, just something to dull down the green when I go to put the red over. It's kind of like a primer, I suppose. And at the top and the bottom, it doesn't have to be crazy thick because I'm going to put the pom-pom back and also the fur. So just one coat of this, and then I will tape it off with some painter's tape and come in with the Waverly Crimson paint and give it one good coat. Now when I put the painter's tape down, I did put it in the wrong spot at the bottom. I put it above the hat brim instead of putting it on the brim, so you'll see here in just a little bit I did have to move that after I had it painted. I moved it down and filled in that gap. I'm not sure where my head was on that one, but I'm glad I caught it before it got closer to the end of the project. So here I'm just doing one thick coat of the crimson paint and let that dry completely before I go to adding my embellishments back on. One more step before I add everything back on is I use my Elephant Waverly chalk paint, and I just dry brush over it to give it more of a soot, like rustic look to it, instead of just the clean, crisp red. And I think that really helped it. I accidentally got a little too much on that one spot, but it turned out okay. It didn't bother me too much. So once that dried, I just hot glue my star back on, and the pom-pom at the top and the fur at the bottom. Let me know in the comments which one of these DIYs was your absolute favorite, and give me a big thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. If you haven't already done so, hit the subscribe button and the bell notification so you guys get notified every time I upload a video. I'll see you in my next one, guys.